what's working right now. With the coronavirus and quarantine, there has been a lot of changes in marketing and selling and what you can do and what you can't do. And it can be super confusing. Now, I want to say up front, right off the bat, I'm doing a whole webinar training on this. It's called What's Working Now, and we'll put the link in the comments so that you can register for that webinar training. And I want to talk about a couple things that are definitely working. First of all, showing up online. So this includes doing things like videos and live streams and virtual interviews, but you can't just show up online because everybody's showing up online. So you've got to differentiate yourself in some way. And the best way to differentiate yourself is using stories. So you definitely want to make sure that you're using the art of storytelling. And I'm going to show you a lot more about storytelling, about how to do the beats of a story on my upcoming masterclass, What's Working Now. Now, the reason stories are so important is because they move past the frontal cortex of the brain. And the frontal cortex of the brain is your manager, your director, that part of the brain that is always planning, executing, managing, always telling you what to do. They turn that part of the brain off and they move to the intuitive part of the brain, the creative, the inspired part of the brain, the more emotional part of the brain. And so what that means on the part of the listener is that they're more willing to lean in. Take today, for example. I'm doing a video. We are in a rental house. We're going to go blueberry picking today, which is so exciting. And my husband was going to take a shower and get ready, so I decided to use these 5 minutes to shoot a video. Now, one of my principles along timing is that you have to use every 5 and 10 and 15 minute increment that you can to get little chunks of work done, especially right now. That's another thing that's working now. Because with family at home, with kids at home, with this unpredictable circumstances that could come up at any time, we really have to be able to let go of perfection, let go of making sure everything's perfect and that we're doing it right and that we're in the perfect spot and that we have the perfect timing, and instead just use every minute to get whatever we can done now. And so that's why I'm here doing this video in the 10 minutes we have before we go blueberry picking. And I'll probably do some more later on this afternoon when we have another 10 or 15 minute block. That's the key of getting stuff done now, especially, is work in small increments. So there you've got it. 2 strategies that are working now: stories and storytelling, making sure that you use every 5, 10, or 15 minute increment. And one more piece of advice that I think is so important right now is that there's a huge difference between working online and working offline in terms of your mindset. Well, in terms of a lot of things, but especially your mindset, because your mindset drives the process. And there's a lot more experimentation that comes with working online than there is with working offline, because you have to be willing to fall on your face and not even know you're going to fall on your face. I mean, you could name a webinar training, spend weeks getting people there, and then realize, you know what, you didn't have the right content in to get people to convert. You could build a whole opt-in page for a webinar and realize people aren't opting in because you've got the wrong title on it. You could do a video and not get the views that you thought you were going to get because it wasn't the right content for your target market. And that is okay. That is okay. That is okay. That is okay. And not only is it okay, it's totally normal. That's the mindset that you have to have when it comes to doing online work. Now, for those of us like myself who have normally been offline, when I'm offline in front of a crowd or in front of a sponsorship, I can literally in the moment change my content, change my titles, change how I'm coming across, change how I'm resonating, and then I can really increase conversion rates that way. But when you're working online, you have to learn from the doing. And there is gonna be some falling on your face. So go in with the energy of, I'm doing an experiment, I'm playing a game, we'll see how this works, we'll see if it works, we'll see if it doesn't work, we'll keep trying, we'll keep changing. That's the way, that's the name of the game. That's the name of the game, for webinars, for videos, for online launches, for live streams, for everything that you're doing online. Being willing to experiment, being willing to play the game. Now, if you want to know more about what's working now, definitely sign up for my upcoming masterclass that is coming up. And the dates and the registration link are going to be below in the comments or in the description. I'm so excited to see you there. And I know that we're all going to thrive during this period. It's just about figuring out how to shift, figuring out how to pivot, and figuring out how to focus on what's working now.